All right, we're here with Steve Feldman from Covering News. Good morning, Steve.
How you doing, Todd? How you holding up?
Doing my best here in New York. It looks like you have a nice little view of the city, though. It's probably pretty quiet.
Yeah, the city is kind of empty.
Yeah,
It's uh,
it's
it's kind of surreal.
yeah, it's a little bit depressing, but we'll make it through it. So, I have a few questions for you today. I think you've been in the industry for a long time. How long have you been in the industry for?
I've been in the industry for 26 years. The last 14 as the publisher of Floor Covering News.
Nice. And I'm curious, like, there's a lot of challenges people face right now, a lot of retailers, manufacturers face now. You've seen probably a lot of challenges. You've seen recessions. You've seen crazy stuff happen in the industry. How does this compare to, other challenges you've seen in the past?
Yeah, when you talk about challenges, there are a couple that come to mind, and those two are 9/11, obviously,
Yeah.
in 2001, and that Great Recession of, let's call it 2008, that lasted a lot longer than anybody thought it would. But this one feels a little bit different, Todd. Matter of fact, it feels a lot different, and I'll tell you why. In 9/11, with 9/11, I feel like we all came together as one.
Mm-hmm.
We bonded as a nation. Now we're talking about things like social distancing, isolation. In some ways, I feel like it feels like we're fighting this individually. But I feel like the biggest challenge with this virus, what we're going through right now, is the uncertainty of it all. How long are we going to be on pause? When are we going to get to the backside of this? When will there be a drug or a vaccine?
Yeah.
The fact that we've never experienced anything like this is unsettling. It creates so many questions. I mean, if you compare this to, say, the recession, the economic cycle has its, peaks and valleys. There are going to be good times and there are going to be recessions. With a recession, you just know that it's going to come. You just don't know for how long and how deep.
Yep. Yeah, totally makes sense. And in the recession, at least it's coming back, and you just know the ebbs and the flows. But right now, it's like we don't know how long this is going to last.
And I can tell you that we are going to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the flooring industry. People need floors. People build homes.
Love that.
People need floors. Will we be in a little bit of a slowdown for a while? Yes. But is this industry going to come back? Yes, it's come back from other things, and this is not going to be, a death knell.
Yeah, so I'm sure with you guys, I mean, having a large part of your business print, like what is Floor Covering News doing to either help the industry or just really like how are you guys adapting to this change, just like the rest of the industry has to?
Well, first of all, we're beefing up our digital presence with the help of FloorForce.
Yeah.
We have a new website with new capabilities. We're updating it constantly right now throughout the day. We know a lot of people are home, and if they're in their stores, obviously traffic is much less, so they have a little more time. So we're constantly updating it throughout the day with the latest news. We're doing some web exclusive features, talking to retailers, how they're, navigating this, uncertainty right now. Anything that we feel, will help the floor covering dealer, because that's what we do. We try and make the floor covering dealer more profitable and professional. That's our hallmark. That's not going to change. We're also going to put some casual content, on there designed to get, these retailers through the day.
Sure.
We're still planning on doing our biweekly print version, which can be now delivered to a dealer's home.
Yep.
If they're not in the office. We have something on the site where they can change their address to have the magazine delivered to their home. We're still going to be sending out newsletters once or twice a week so dealers can get information, delivered to their mailboxes just to keep them up to date. And we're also, encouraging dealer feedback, so we're tuned into what they want to know. I think right now, I think the most important thing for these dealers is to stay connected.
Yep.
Stay connected to their reps, stay connected to the industry, stay connected to their stores. Maybe even reevaluate how they're going about their business, whether it be merchandising or marketing. Maybe it's and now it's their digital presence. I mean, when we emerge from this, it may be a new world order. I mean, people are going to have to, up their digital presence, social media wise, website wise.
Yeah, you're going to see some, in my opinion, consolidation of the independent retailers, and not consolidation under one brand. You're just going to see a unification. You're seeing this on Facebook. You're seeing this in the Beat the Box Stores groups, right? You're seeing this online of people basically banding together, sharing best practices for, as you know, all the independents can then kind of group share resources to then, you know, push everyone forward. And I think that's pretty interesting. So if you had one piece of advice for the flooring community, what would that one piece of advice be?
One piece of advice would be, if they want to survive, and let's face it, a bunch won't, but those that do, I think their business will increase. You know, we've seen in the past in situations like this, those that stay the course, those that maintain their advertising, those that stay at the forefront in consumer minds, they're the ones that win. And what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to think a little bit outside the box. They are going to have to up their digital presence. Look, I mean, this isn't a commercial for you guys, but I'll tell you what, you guys do a great job. People have told me how you've helped their business. I think people are going to have to look at that. I know you're the leader in your field. Whether it's you or somebody else, they're going to have a strong digital presence. They're going to have to find new ways to reach the consumer, and they're not going to be able to think about doing business as usual. They're going to have to adapt.
Yep. So on a slightly lighter note, you are known in my head at least as the restaurant guy. You are the restaurant guy to me. So if you had to go to one restaurant in New York City for the rest of your life and one restaurant in Vegas that you can recommend for all the retailers for next surfaces, something to look forward to, what are those two restaurants? First, start with the New York City restaurant and then the Las Vegas restaurant.
And I can only have one.
One.
You know, if you told me I had to eat at one restaurant for the rest of my life, it probably would be Nobu.
Okay. In both, in Vegas and New York?
Well, the thing about Nobu is that, you know, for some reason, I always walk out of there feeling that I eat healthy. Yeah. You know, I'm eating, I'm eating sushi. I'm not really eating fried stuff like I do every place else. I think that, you know, Nobu is something that I never get tired of. Okay. And, you know, I don't think I would gain too much weight if I had to go to Nobu every single night, especially because I would probably run out of money.
Hey, at this point, I think we're both just looking forward to getting to go back to a restaurant. So, you know.
I'll tell you what, you know, the interesting thing about this, Todd, and I know I haven't given you a Vegas restaurant yet because I'm kind of still thinking about it, but I'll tell you one thing, you know, what you realize in these times, I think a lot of people are doing self-reflection.
Yeah.
And I know for me, you know, you have taken away, you know, for the most part, you know, the business, you know, travel, and that's become my social life over these last, you know, 20 some odd years, right? You know, I mean, I enjoy, you know, interacting with this industry, whether it be at the retail level or at the manufacturer level, at all the events I go to, and I go to almost all of them.
Yep.
So that's become my social life. So that's been taken out. I'm a big sports guy. That's obviously taken out. I mean, you know, going to watch like some Holy Cross Temple football game from, you know, 2006 is just not my idea of sports.
Yeah.
And you know, you've also taken away the restaurant. You know, I mean, my socialization here in New York, and for a lot of other people, are to go out at night and to go to these restaurants. You know, maybe they'll, you know, sit at the bar and socialize. So when you strip all those things, you know, you have some self-reflection and say, hey, what else do I need in my life, you know, in these situations? And I think a lot of people are probably doing the same right now.
Yeah, I actually think it's interesting. Like, I totally agree with the self-reflection. I have two pretty bold predictions here. One is that work from home is going to be a bigger thing for a lot of people. A lot of industries you can work from home, right? Our entire companies work from home. But I've set up my home office, and what's happening is I'm in my home office and I'm just staring at my flooring is now annoying me, right? So the more people that are home, like, you're just going to be looking at your floor being like, this is nasty carpet, right? I need to get this removed. This is now my office. That's one. And two, right, I actually think, and we're seeing this on Google AdWords, we're seeing this with Google search, that just the volume of searches is actually going up for remodeling. Again, it's because people are in their house all day looking at it and being like, I need to make a change. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting next couple of weeks, next couple of months. I'm pretty bullish on, you know, where the industry is headed, as long as everyone is willing to change and adapt. So I want to end this with just making sure the retailers, manufacturers, everyone can reach out to you. What's the best way that they can reach out to you if they want to do something with Floor Covering News?
They can email me at steve@fcnews.net. They can go on the website. I believe it's info@fcnews.net if they have a general question. And my phone number is all over the place.
Okay.
Todd, I've built this business, and along with my partner Dustin Harrison, we've built this business, and the whole idea was to make manufacturers and retailers more profitable. We're that seamless conduit from that manufacturer through the chain, through the distributor, to that retailer to disseminate that information, just to tell them why a certain product or a certain company is worth taking into their store. And that's never going to change.
Yep.
So, we see the manufacturers as partners. We see the manufacturers, the retailers as partners. That's why, my cell phone number is not hidden. And, I'm always there for them. And I probably, when this is all said and done, will be there for everybody even more so, because I'm going to take it upon my shoulders, Floor Covering News' shoulders, to help everybody get the momentum back that we had prior to this virus hitting.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that. I know once this is over, we'll be enjoying a drink together. All right, I appreciate it, Steve.
Thank you, Todd.